Hi everyone, I thought I would try to kind of resume my monthly favorites videos. I think these are really nice to have because it's it goes beyond the haul videos, the first impressions, the review, and all those things. And it really comes down to what am I actually using, what am I actually loving. And I think that's probably many times more helpful than just a review of a product. So I gathered a few things that I have been using constantly and I want to share them with you. I'll start with this sketchbook from Fabriano Quadrato. This is the smaller size and I love it. I decided kind of to, well, at the beginning, it has 4 different kinds of papers. Well, not different kinds, just different tones. It gets from really, really white to kind of a cream color, and then a darker brown, and then an even darker brown, but also the darkest is still quite light. Anyway, I really like it. I haven't had like a proper sketchbook that is just for pencil and pen. I mostly use watercolors, so I kind of bought this on a whim and I didn't know if I would end up using it, and I really love it. It's great for paper sketches. And today I actually just took this really fast pen sketch and I added a little bit of watercolor, and I love using watercolors on thin paper that is not meant for watercolor. If it's a nice paper and it doesn't break apart like you would probably get from like the computer cheap printer paper, I like the way that it looks. I mean, obviously this is not watercolor paper and I wouldn't paint on this like all the time, but for these quick washes and just like messy splatters, it works really well. The paper crinkles a little bit, which I personally love. So I think I will be adding actually more watercolors to this. And yeah, it's so small and just easy to take out. I really like it. So that's the sketchbook. As for my watercolor palette, I have a video for this palette. I still love it. It has my current paints that I'm using. If you notice, it looks a little bit different than it did on the summer palette video, and I'll probably leave below the updates that I made. You can see that I added some white paint. Thank you for the people who suggested it. I think it's a great idea, and I have white paint in my stash that was not getting used, so I added some, this is from Van Gogh white paint that came in one of the sets that I bought. This is from, one of these is gouache from Schmincke, I think it's this one, and then the other one is like a hybrid gouache and watercolor paint. So we'll see how all of these work for me and if they give me what I want, but the palette is, it's really great. Really enjoying it. Staying on the topic of watercolors, I have added, my daughter painted with all my paints and kind of made, kind of contaminated them. But this is one of the paints that came in this set. These are all fluorescent paints. Obviously they're fugitive and the camera doesn't do them justice. If you like fluorescent paints, you will really enjoy this set. I took out this one, this color, because that's my favorite. It's always kind of this orangey, pinky tone, and I really love it. The other colors are fun too, but this is kind of my favorite area of the fluorescent paints. I don't really like the yellows and the oranges. They're too garish for my personal taste. But the set is great quality, and these are like the Japanese size pans, so you'll get a lot of paint. And yeah, this color, I don't know, it says 73. I don't know if you can buy these open stock, no idea. I will try and link you to the set, but I'm just trying to go through my stash and pick out products that I have neglected and try to get good use out of them, and this one I've been really enjoying. One last thing with watercolors, it's this little course set that I got, and I would like to do a full review about it. If you would like to see that, leave me a comment, but I'm enjoying it. It's really, really fun, and the palette is very, very nice. I think they did a good job on this. Okay, let's move on to some other tools, and I've been enjoying, again, these are things that I've had for years, but I'm slowly looking through my stash, picking out some colors that I like. So this is my kind of accompanying pencil situation to my summer palette, and it's just a variety. I have here like Holbein colored pencils. I have here the Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle ones. I have the graphite tint from Derwent, even some Carbothello pastel pencils. So just like different colors to have within arm reach and remind myself that I have like all these products, and just make it a little bit easier to remember that I have them and to use them. So here is a mixture, and also in there I have actually 3 of these. So these are the Pilot Color Eno, I want to say. These are 0.7 and they're really, really fun. I bought like a whole set of these. There are a few other colors, but these were the ones that I felt coordinated really well with my palette. And what I like about them is that you get this really, really fine line, and you don't have to, you know, worry about like sharpening them all the time, because I sharpen my pencils like all the time. But with this, I grab it and I know that I'll just get this fine line, and they have these fun colors. I mostly use them to add detail to like abstract pieces, but these would be also great for sketching. So been really loving these. Staying on the topic of pencils, the Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle are just the best watercolor pencils out there. I've said it before, and I'm slowly growing my collection. I'll show you the colors that I currently have. And they're all beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And the one that I have been using the most, I'm just trying to make it kind of specific for you, not that you feel like, you know, there's a list that if I want to have like all these things, I have to go and spend like $500. So you can absolutely get, you know, just 1 or 2 pencils and try them out. And the one that I'm really, really loving, it's a shocker. It's an earthy green. It's an earth tone and it's a green. It's called Green Ochre. There's a number here, I don't know, 3510025. I love it because it's an earthy tone, but it's still quite light, and you know, it is, I would say, still like a saturated color, kind of like a green gold, right? And I do a lot of watercolor in pink, and when this goes through pink paint, you get all these like fun oranges. So this has been probably my most used color. Staying with the pencils theme, I have been using on everything this Staedtler Mars Lumograph Black. This one is the 8B, and I got it in this set, and I have to say, the more I paint and do things, the more I think that many times it's a bit of a waste of money to buy these sets, in my personal opinion, because I think, for example, 4B, 2H, HB, for me, it's pencils that I'm not going to use. I like the 8B, I like the 2B, then maybe I would use the 6B sometimes, but I would say, especially if you know kind of what you like and it's not just your first set of pencils and you want to try and see which ones you like, don't waste your money on the set. Just pick up 1 or 2 that you like. This set has like the black ones, so these, and then the regular ones, the blue ones. They're also nice. I like the black because I feel like that we can see, you know, it's like really, really dark. And let's take the, I was pushing pretty hard, but this is the graphite one, so it is blacker and I like it. And these are not water soluble, which I'm really enjoying now because I feel like I can scribble and it doesn't make the watercolors muddy. So, but again, I have this whole set and this is next to me. For now, in the last weeks, I've only been using this one. So I would say if you want, you know, a good pencil, then maybe pick this one up, but I can't say that, you know, the set is great. And then the next one that I'm loving is these tinted charcoal pencils. Again, I mean, I think the set is great and I am kind of glad that I bought it, but if you don't want to drop just, you know, 20 euros on a set of pencils, then Jackson sells these open stock and you can grab a couple of pencils just to see if you like it. I'm really enjoying these like purpley colors and the yellow and more greenish colors. So the yellow one is called Sand. I swatched them all in the dedicated video, but these, like the Sand and Lavender and Glowing Embers, I have been reaching for the most just because I paint with a lot of purples and yellows these days. All the colors are beautiful, so I would just say, just, you know, look at all the colors and maybe pick a couple that you think you would enjoy. And then when it comes to pens, I really, really love my kind of rediscovered, you know, rediscovered in the last weeks. I move around from supplies to supplies and I like to try things, and there is just something about the line that you get, I feel, from a fountain pen that is kind of hard to mimic. And also they just, you know, it's like one of those supplies that just makes you want to sketch. At least that's how I feel. I have this great pen, the Uniball Air Micro. This is a fantastic pen. It's great, it's light, but it just doesn't have the same feeling of painting with, you know, with a fountain pen, or I mean like sketching. So it's just like the line is fantastic. And this one is the Kaweco, what are these called? Kaweco Sport. So this is the cheaper one that is plastic. Probably if I, you know, had a birthday or something, or I wanted to treat myself, I would buy the rose gold metal one because that one is beautiful, but the plastic one is also great. So yeah, I've been really, really enjoying these. And I think that is all I wanted to share today. So I hope this, oh, I have to mention again the Jackson's Quill brushes and the Pro Art small sword brush. These are just my go-to these days. I don't know, I've been using the smallest one. I think this is the smallest Raven quill. This is a 10/0. I use this one, and then the next size, I think it's 3/0, something like that. These are just like such a workhorse, and I'm really, really enjoying them both. And then this one for that, you know, expressive brush strokes. Love these. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, please, and leave me a comment and subscribe and all those things. Thanks for watching. Bye.